Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Sad day. Happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone. Let's get on to it. Okay, another line. Dominic Minischetti supplied this wrap. I've got several of his wrap. I've got 3 or 4 of them. Anyway, this is his larger wrap. So it's a wax canvas wrap line that he makes. Striker of choice, Vladimir Zubkov range from Russia. I don't have a very good relationship with this striker maker. I don't buy his strikers anymore, so I won't say any more than that. But anyway, I don't have a very good relationship with him. Makes a wonderful striker, but very problematic to deal with. This is the first one I bought, I think. Yeah, very, very nice striker. Thick strike face. He has some very unusual designs, very flamboyant, fantastic strikers. I want to showcase this. Ember tongs. Really easy to make. Buy some stainless steel rods off eBay. They're not that expensive. I think they're a couple of dollars each. You can heat them up and just bend them to your shape. Little pattern. This is my preferred pattern, but we also make. That doesn't take much. You don't really need a forge to do it, but I've got access to a forge through Andrew. But yeah, these are fantastic. But yeah, it's just flatten the ends down, then bend it to shape, however, whatever shape you want. They're fantastic. I don't use them enough, but when I do use them, I really appreciate the fact that you can just pick up an ember however you need to. They're not hardened, they're just pieces of stainless steel. You just quench them in the water. It's not even quenched really, you just put them in water and they retain their springiness and away you go. The rock I'm using is Norfolk Flint. 2 for Tuesday went through it. Just thank you Helen and Mark Porden for allowing me to have this beautiful Norfolk Flint. It's fantastic. I've got a decent supply of it. I'll just use one of the larger nodes. Sorry if this one's going to be a bit longer. Again, I usually have a bit to say, so it's a beautiful piece. This is the standard Norfolk Flint, almost glass-like, no texture. Shows you the sparking ability of the rock. A fragile edge, that's the only thing I don't like going on there. Obviously sparks well. I wanted to show you, I've got cheesecloth here. I'm pretty well settled on it for soft tinders. This is why you don't have to. I use palm husk a fair bit. It's easy to get around here. I've got a few palms around the place. My young fella grabs it. You don't have to process it. That's what I like about this palm husk business. You just rip a bit off. That's probably all I need. Just put it in your spider. Foam it into a bit of, oh, you need a little bit more than that. Because it'll blow through it otherwise. Just rip it off, form it into a circle in your spider, a little bit of a bed for your Tinder bundle to go in, and that's it. That's the extent of my processing. Clean my workspace up. Let's get this going. Always store your cheesecloth or char in a jar with a vac seal. Why it doesn't. Just another one there to make sure it gets going. That's why it doesn't get doesn't go off. Moisture in it. That's just to ensure that it don't be stingy with charcloth, as Dom says. That's just to make sure it gets going real fast. This stuff doesn't need much of a hand, but I always like making sure. This usually gets going in one strike. Picks up spark really easy. Didn't this time. Making me look like a liar. Would not have been cooked well enough. It's very unusual. It keeps going out. Could have been me just being a silly bugger. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Bit of moisture or something. It's still going, but yeah, you do have to be a little bit mindful. That's why these spiders are so good. I just blew that apart. A lot of the time, why I have a little bit of problems with this is because I'm doing demonstrations up here. If I'd put that, if I wasn't using my spider, which is easier here for me, but if I'd had that dumped into a tinder bundle, that tinder bundle into a fire, and then once it's in flame, I continue to feed it oxygen. I stop feeding it oxygen as soon as I get flame, and then it sometimes goes out. And then I feed again, and it blows it out, blows the tinder bundle apart, basically. That's why sometimes it fails. It looks like it fails, but it's just circumstances of my process here. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I'm not making a true fire here as such, and yeah, that's just that's my excuse. But it's not really an excuse, but part of the reason why my demonstrations aren't as thorough as some who actually make fires properly here. I simply can't make a fire here, up here on the back deck. And doing it downstairs, I could probably do it downstairs and that, go through the whole process. But I live in a backyard, suburban backyard. My neighbours will not tolerate me making fires all the time. So yeah, I just have to work within my parameters of my situation. So that's as simple as that. So yeah, Norfolk, English Norfolk flint, probably the best flint in the world. It's renowned. 8 Mo's, so it's been tested. It's the hardest flint in the world. Sparks incredibly well. Beautiful black coloration usually. Vladimir Zubkov, fancy C-type, or fancy oval C-type, I think that's it. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just a Zubkov fancy striker. He does a lot of fancy, puts extra curls and swirls and all that sort of carry on. Cheesecloth on palm husks, and showcasing the different variations of ember tongs. These are old, 18th century. taken from different, the pipe, smoking pipe technology. Happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.